this week on the Bubble Chat.
But my heart is hurting for those families, not just the ones who lost their lives, but everyone who was traumatically affected by just having gunfire coming into a place of worship. Oh, I'm drinking that
She got a
Kool-Aid.
full glass. She got a 40-ounce.
Travis is a good catch. She's a good catch. I think they're gonna make cute little babies.
You know what?
I
You
love
have to
it.
write my nephew.
I love
You
it.
got a Swift.
I'm not a Swiftie. I'm a beehiver.
Story is with the toys.
Back to the Modern Family, Ellen DeGeneres, the TV show, and the Ellen Show as a talk show host. Like, this conversation, this subject, this issue is nothing new. Raven Simone.
Situation could have ended up really fatal. And to hear that she was accused of pulling some kind of PR stunt, that's just insane to me. You know, from what I know, the feud between Tamar and Funky Dineva has simmered down. But my thing is, before making an accusation like this, know the full story.
I do agree with Maya as far as it just wasn't on my radar. And when it did become on my radar, it was too late. Welcome back to the Bubble Chat. If you're new here, this is a space where we break down the latest stories, share our thoughts, and give our real conversations about what's happening in the world, in our own lives. Also, we keep it honest, we keep it thoughtful, and we always keep it real.
This episode, we're wearing orange, well, kind of, as our theme. That inspiration comes from a powerful new R&B and hip-hop musical called The Day the Sky Turned Orange, written by Julius Ernesto Urrea, and the music and lyrics by Olivia Cooper Harris and David Michael Ott. The production is co-produced by the San Francisco Bay Area Theater Company and Z-Space, which many of you know as the home of the Word for Word Performing Arts Company.
The story takes us back to 2020, the year of COVID, aka Miss Rona, aka Corona Denise, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And one of the most surreal moments in the Bay Area's history was when the Orange Skies Days took place. If you were here, you will never forget it. It actually took place during the Napa Valley fire. And it was the result of
the Paradise
in the Paradise City.
Yeah.
That's correct, right?
And we got all that.
The sky turned a haunting, dreamlike shade of orange, and it felt like the world had stopped in its tracks. Painted with the background of the ongoing pandemic, the Black Lives Matter uprising, and then an upcoming election. These interconnected San Franciscans faced yet another sobering moment. The sky turned orange.
You know, it's hard to believe, but this month marks 5 years since that day. And honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing this play because I know it's going to be amazing as the show captures not only the eerie atmosphere of that moment, but also the resilience and creativity that came out of such a difficult time.
Mm-hmm.
The production opens September 9th and it runs through October 5th. So if you get the chance, please check it out. But for now, let's shift motherfucking gears and drive straight into these motherfucking hot topics.
Stay with me now. How you doing?
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing good because, well, for starters, you may have noticed that my audio is sounding a little more clear and crisp. It's because I got a microphone.
Very nice.
I finally got a microphone. This is one of those microphones that I've been seeing on TikTok, and I wanted to give it a try just to make sure everyone can hear me, right?
Very clear, yes.
Yeah. I think if you can remember back in season 1 a little bit, but then I was using the podcast space for my alma mater, with using a microphone and my headphones, just to get into a little bit of more of the professional world, but now that space is open for those who are radio students, and I was a radio student at the time. So, and I just wanted to go back to using this microphone.
That microphone is miking, okay?
Thank you. Well, we were talking about the musical Oh, and it really makes me think back to that day. The sky was literally glowing orange, and I'll never forget how, of course, unreal it felt, which makes me want to ask, where were you when the sky turned orange?
I was in Berkeley, California, and I actually caught a shuttle, Emeryville. So I was in Emeryville, and I caught a shuttle, and I captured a picture, and I'll share it with you so you can post it later, of the sun setting with that gloom doom orange, but it was such a beautiful hue of orange that I captured the moment. And just last year, I changed my screen set saver. So it was there for 4 years. I had the same orange sky sunset from Emeryville. So yeah,
It's tripping.
yeah, it's a trip, right?
Yeah,
You almost look like your shades.
I was in Oakland, California, and I was out there tweaking like a meth addict because the particles of the smoke was settling on my car.
Mm.
And I kept going out to the damn car and dusting. I swear I went outside with my swiffer because I didn't want to wet it.
Yeah.
And I had just got my car waxed.
Oh, wow.
So I was out there swiffing and sweeping and wiping the car down. Like literally I got the oldest sheet that I had in my house and I knocked off as much dust as I could and then just laid the sheet on top.
Smart.
You know, trying to cover it up because it was bad. And then I drove to Vegas.
Oh.
I went to what's the I don't know
The Luxor.
Yeah, I went to the Luxor, the pyramid place, and they had a big pool place, and everyone was swimming 6 feet distance. It was super eerie and weird because we drove out of the smoke, but then I think a storm, some rain, some weather had turned. So we drove away from all the smoke and we was in the sun chilling. But the last day we were there, it was horribly horrific and crazy at the same time. Yes. Yeah. Well, how about you, nephew? Were you still in high school in 2000?
Anyways, as I was saying, I was living
You
in
were just tell the truth.
I was living in Hercules at the time, and then all of a sudden I woke up, and I think I was taking out the trash, and I noticed that the sky was feeling a little orange, and let's not forget, that moment also felt like nighttime. Like it didn't even feel like the light of day.
Yeah.
It felt more so of nighttime, and I was
Dusk.
like, "What in the hell is going on?"
Mm-hmm.
Did it feel like nighttime to you guys also?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, like it was like either sunset or sunrise all day.
Yeah, but it didn't make me unhappy though. You know, like some days are gray and they make you sulk. The look of it really was kind of peaceful.
Yeah,
it was
from all the tragedy.
Right, it looked scary, but I think it gave us like some like solace and like
that's right.
Oh, like I could see this beautiful sunset. So, because I love a skyscape, and it was like the color of my skin. So yeah, I'm not wearing orange because I naturally wear it every day. I'm a rare bone, and so here's my orange.
Yeah, and here's the Don's orange too.
Like that. Yeah, I'm orange.
Yeah. Just to make sure you can see me well, right? You can see me like
yes.
Yes, you're cute.
And we see that shirt ain't orange.
Yeah. I tried.
It's hued yellow.
The lighting is orange. The lighting is orange.
Okay, all right.
Alrighty. Y'all, please bear with me if I ask if you can see me normally or you can hear me well. Because long story short, or the moment when we started recording this episode, Tracy and Adonis were seeing me like kind of like in a glitchy and freezing up moment. Like
it happened. It has not returned, so you're doing good.
So thank
we
you.
Restarted. You're doing.
It is hard. It's like hard to like work with these technical difficulties, like because it's like it's kind of like a monster just basically fucking up your plan, But yeah, I'm just trying to like get used to like working with like technical difficulties, specifically when it comes to the entertainment industry.
Well, we're not going to let it yuck on your yum. We're moving forward. You're not glitching anymore, and your mic sounds really crisp.
Thank you, and you can still hear me well, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let's start these hot topics. All right, everyone. So, by now, I'm sure many of you already heard about the tragic events that unfolded in Minneapolis this past week. On the morning of Wednesday, August 27th, during the back-to-school mass at Anoxian Catholic School, I do hope I said that right.
You did.
Thank you. A gunman opened fire through the stained glass windows of the church. Two
Tragic.
children, just 8 and 10 years old, were killed, and around 17 others, including kids and parishioners,
Sick.
parishioners were injured. The
Just sick
shooter,
of
a 23-year-old former student,
it.
the shooter, who was a 23-year-old former student, Robert Westman, later unalived himself. Authority says he was armed and with multiple legally purchased weapons, and disturbingly extremist writings were found on his gun and in a manifesto. Investigators treated this not just as a mass shooting, but as a potential hate crime and act of domestic terrorism. For families, students, and the community, this is beyond heartbreaking. Vigils have already started, and the city is leaning on one another for comfort and healing. And honestly, there are no words that can ever make sense of this. And
Sickening.
no, parents dropped their kids off that morning, not knowing it would be the last time they see them alive. Two families are now without their children, and so many others are carrying the weight of the trauma from that day.
It's
So
like 15
I
people.
wanted to bring this to you, our listeners, and of course to you, Bob, as a conversation. How do we move forward from tragedies like this, and how do we take action, whether through community support, through advocacy, or through real changes to make sure schools, churches, and safe spaces are truly safe?
This is where the National Rifle Convention, this is where we need to start enforcing laws and different decrees and taking different and larger and extreme measures to protect children and believers and parishioners of the Lord. It is kind of
Right.
sickening, offensive, and disgusting that a child can't go to Sunday school service, a child can go practice for recital at school, a child cannot be recreational free in harm of being blasted. How about that?
Sickening.
How about that? That's very, very simple. So Joanne, I'm sure when you were a kid, didn't your grandma and them say, get up out of here and go outside and play somewhere?
Yeah.
Going somewhere? Was ever the church a place to have fun, to enjoy and be cool sometimes?
Yes.
So, I mean, so that isn't even an option right now. To go outside, you bet not go to that church. Like you bet not be where there are hordes of people.
I
You
have
know,
to be I have to be honest with y'all.
Well, you want you
I
to.
was utterly speechless when I heard about this shooting that took place, and honestly, I still am. Two young lives were lost, and just think about what that means. Their parents will never see them walk into middle school, graduate high school, go to college, start a career, get married, or even start a family of their own. And to make it even more heartbreaking, this this happened during the first week of school. No one saw it coming. No one thought this could happen. And it's just really unfortunate that this keeps happening over and over and over again. I remember back in 2022 when the shooting took place at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr spoke up about it, asking us, when are we going to do something? And how would you feel if this were happening to you right now? And he made it very clear that thoughts and prayers are not enough. And he was right. This
Yeah.
is why we need to wake the hell up and continue to fight for stricter gun laws. If the government can express thoughts and prayers, then by now something should have been done. We've seen this happen too many times in Columbine, Sandy Hook, Virginia Tech, Robb Elementary, Thousand Oaks, Parkland High. The list goes on and on. And yet here we are still asking the same question: how many fucking more? So until we get loud, until we demand action, until we push for the gun laws that we desperately need, these
Yeah.
tragedies will continue to repeat themselves. And if this doesn't wake people up, honestly, I don't know what will. I really don't.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about it, Tracy?
Well, to piggyback on enforcing the rifle, what are the lobbyists or whatnot,
Mhm.
to
The National
Constrictor,
Rifle NRC,
the NRC,
National Rifle Convention. Mhm.
the NRC. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, because I'm not vocal, but my heart is hurting for those families, not just the ones who lost their lives, but everyone who was traumatically affected by just having gunfire coming into a place of worship. What the heck is going on? Like, if schools are not safe, church isn't safe, the grocery store, walking down the street. Remember when that person
Shopping
drove
malls.
California, not South Carolina, and they put their car in gear and ran over protesters because they didn't want to hear about Black Lives Matter. Like, this is what they're protesting for, and here you go, mow people down. It's like, when is enough is enough?
Exactly.
It's just so tragic. And my heart goes out to everyone who was affected. So basically the whole world, because
Yeah.
looking at it, we're affected. We I don't think anybody in this country doesn't have PTSD. Because all my D's be talking to each other. My dyslexia is talking to my OCD. My OCD is talking to my PTSD. My PTSD is talking to my ADHD. When all these things
talking to my depression.
get the talking and yakking, I'm like, oh, it's a D convention in my brain. So I I command this government to step up and do
Right.
right.
And do
Don't
better. Because the government's already been money greedy for God knows how long. And
have
like millions of guns were already like purchased. Because I could be wrong. I'm not like a historical expert or anything, but it's possible that the government is collecting money from those guns that were already purchased.
mm, you going on a whole nother tangent, and you got a real valid point. But as much as I know about NA who NRC, I don't know anything about that either. But my heart is hurt, and my
Yeah.
heart goes out
I
to
think everyone's heart still hurts to this day.
individual family, um, whatever people need to do to help our country and the world at large, just do better. Please do
Yeah,
better.
please.
Children and people don't deserve to be mauled over, shot down, hunted down, blown up, treated like weird livestock, like life doesn't matter. Like, it's the humanity.
We're
Where is it?
consumers. We're
Yeah,
not.
just like how I'm speechless about this taking place. I mean, it felt speechless talking about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, on
I
behalf of all, oh, go ahead.
I have a sidebar. So for you, because I wanted you to see, and I'll send it to you later. But if you look into your camera, that is a picture that the day turned
Mm.
on.
Third orange.
I had it as my screensaver, and it's still there because I
Ah,
go back and get it. And I'm trying to get the right lighting
A
for
little
it.
bit closer. Get closer.
yeah,
And
just bring it closer.
There you
there
go.
you go.
Right there.
Hello. All right, hello.
Look, physical proof,
Can you see it?
physical proof. And who would have knew? We didn't even know we were going to have this topic, but I have this photograph.
And I
So
also have the lighting. Lighting, you can't really see it well because kind of using an older camera, and I need to work on getting a newer camera so you can see the colors more often. But let
you
me just
you are doing great.
thank you.
One piece at a time.
Yeah,
What you
one
have is
piece at a time.
sufficient and is doing well. But do you see that sunset? I was so grateful to capture this picture during a time where it was supposed to be doom gloom, but it didn't bring me sadness. That day actually helped my heart feel a little bit more safe because I was like, what the hell is going on? But that sunset hit me hard. So there it is. And who
Yeah,
would have known I
there
would have had
it is.
a photograph? My God. Yep.
Okay, on a more serious note though, on behalf of all of us here at the Bubble Chat, we want to take a moment to hold spaces for the families, the survivors, and everyone in the Minneapolis community and others who have been shaken by this devastating incident. No words can ever truly capture this depth of loss, but what we can do in solidarity is honor the lives that we're taking and do our part to keep this conversation going. And we also want to make sure that this isn't where it ends with just grief. In in the show notes for this episode, we've linked resources about gun safety, as well as guides for parents on how to have conversations with children about safety in schools. These resources are here to support, to educate, and honestly to speak meaningful action. Because while we mourn together, we also need to remember that this change is possible and it begins with awareness, conversations, and community.
Now, let's shift motherfucking gears for a moment and talk about something fun and uplifting because it's a love story and the bitch said yes. Yeah, we talking about Whitefish, Taylor Swift,
Yay!
and Travis
Love is
Kelce.
love.
They are officially motherfucking engaged. He done
Love
lost his
is
goddamn
love.
mind. Money down the drain. The couple revealed the news on Instagram on August
Love is
26th,
love.
sharing a beautiful set of photos from Travis' backyard. Golden proposal with a stunning one old mine brilliant cut diamond to match their love story reads like a modern rom-com. It started backstage at Tyler's Eras tour in July of 2023 when Travis had tried and hilariously failed to hand her his number on a friendship bracelet. From there, their relationship blossomed with public appearances and Chiefs game surprise, SNL cameos, and mutual support at big career moments. Their engagement
Sound like a fairy tale to me. I love it.
is a fairy tale.
Love every minute of it.
Their engagement.
Congratulations, girl.
Their engagement news has ignited, and since the Super Bowl, fans have quick to celebrate them across the internet. And not surprisingly, Arrowhead Stadium together, where their relationship first began, and Tyler showed off her ring and style. So what the fuck do you think about this when you first saw the engagement announcement? The pop-up. Was you cheering? Was you smiling? Was you tearing up? Or was you there like me? What was you doing?
I was fucking at tea.
Was you in support? Or you drinks the Kool-Aid.
Oh, I'm drinking that
She got a
Kool-Aid.
full glass. She got a 40-ounce.
Travis is a good catch. She's a good catch. I think they're gonna make cute little babies.
You know what?
I
You
love
have the
it.
right one, nephew.
I love
You
it.
got a Swift.
I'm not a Swiftie. I'm a beehiver, please. I'm not a
Let
Swiftie.
me tell you right
But
now.
I'm happy for love. Love is love. Go, Tyler. Go,
Taylor.
Travis. Whatever. They
You
make
know, it's wild to watch Taylor Swift go from one relationship to another and then take all those experiences and turn them into songs. That's always been her superpower, writing music that feels like a personal diary, but one that everyone can relate. And now she's finally engaged to Travis Kelce. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the songs on her upcoming album is about that exact moment. The proposal, the emotion, the excitement. You can almost imagine the lyrics already capturing the mix of joy, reflection, and the whole journey that got her there. It's just another reminder of how she channels her life into her art in such a compelling way.
It's the punt and the cunt.
That's awful. Love is love. I am so happy for Travis and Taylor Swift. I'm for love.
The punt and the cunt.
Don't listen to this one. Everybody has their own opinion. That's his opinion. But me and nephew, we all for the love.
Yeah.
I'm not a Swiftie. I'm actually a beehiver. Truly. No.
I'm a Swiftie and a beehiver.
I'm not a hater. And I'm for love.
You a Swift B. It's all right, nephew. It's all right. You're going to choose one day.
He had too much aloe vera today. He's just a hater.
Had too much aloe vera?
Yeah, he over here with gas. He upset stomach.
It's all right.
I don't know. We for the love, right, nephew?
Yeah, we're for the love. At the end of the day, we're here for the love. Period.
Yes. Now send mine, Jesus, because I've been good and abstinent and patient. I've been swatting flies and not taking no lies. My boundaries up, but I do have some. Got 2 prospects. I haven't cashed them in yet. Trying to see what I want to do.
She gambling on the gooch?
I'm not gambling. Not with my heart. But I just like people to step up and prove who they are.
Come on.
Let their actions and not their
words.
Their words just be words. Empty words. I hate empty words. Lead with intention and my heart will follow.
Okay, well, what's next on the docket?
Okay, we're going to be talking about Tamar Braxton. After her
I think we're also talking about Snoop Dogg. I wasn't really sure if.
Oh, it is Snoop. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
So, alrighty, y'all. Let's dig into this story that's making this news. Snoop Dogg, yes, the legendary Uncle Snoop. Love Snoop. Okay, sorry. Not sorry, because I am a huge Snoop fan, and he is a gentleman. When I tell you, when he walks in the room, he opens the door for all the ladies waiting.
Bow wow.
So, boss lady got a good old man. Okay, very. He is who he say he is. Okay, so anyway. So, legendary Snoop recently found himself in hot water over comments about Pixar movie Lightyear. During an episode of It's Giving podcast, he recounted taking his grandson to the film and being thrown off by the brief screen showing a same-sex couple raising a child. His grandson simply asked Papa Snoop, "How is she having a baby with another woman?" Well, that's a huge crap to put in someone's lap if you haven't introduced your children to different lifestyles and different topics. So I can see why Mr. Unfiltered had a comment. So he goes on to reply to the grandson. That question apparently rattled Snoop so much. He said, I don't come in for this. I just came to watch the goddamn movie." And he admitted that now he's scared to go to the movies when that kind of representation appears. Obviously, his comments sparked backlash from fans and critics. Many label him homophobic. So I'm going to pause and put a stamp right there because everybody does not have to be comfortable with homophobia, with homosexuality or heterosexuality. So if someone wants to pronounce that or proclaim that they're uncomfortable, that is their prerogative. It's freedom of speech. We can all be uncomfortable. So if he wasn't ready to have that conversation with his grandson, granted, he should be able to voice that and not have to shun and walk on eggshells and shuck and jive and yes, mess. I'm cool with it. If I ain't cool with it, I ain't cool with it. So that's on him, and that's his prerogative. So it goes on to say, and I'm off my soapbox because I'm a firm believer and I'm gonna say how I feel it and I'm gonna feel it how I say it. I'm not gonna I'm gonna be filtered. I'm gonna be filtered because I believe in congeniality. I until you fuck around and find out and then you mess up and you have to realize that, oh, I'm human too. And now the filter is gone. And now you have to deal with some things that I probably wouldn't have said to you so blatantly. However, I do try first with the congeniality. So back to Snoop. Um, he says, I didn't come in for this. I came to watch a goddamn movie. And he admitted that now he is scared to go to the movies when that kind of representation appears. Obviously, his comments sparked backlash and from fans and critics. Many labeled him a homophobic and pointed out the irony, especially given Snoop's previous appearance on LGBTQ ABA theme shows like the L Word. In response to Snoop jumped into the comments on social media with a short but telling apology. My bad. Yeah, my bad. I feel that. Like, my bad. Like, I can't take it back because I really meant that. So it is my bad. Now you gonna either still rock with me or you not. Because cancel society, it does not exist. I'm so sorry. People have done things. You have people who have done heinous things and they pick and villainize who they want to villainize. So I don't think he's very touchable when it comes to someone trying to villainize him and cancel him. So he can pretty much say what he wanted to say and mean it from his heart and not trying to step on anyone else's heart or hurt anyone else's feelings for all that matter. He just had a visceral reaction to something that truly took him off guard. He was thrown off guard. Like, oh my God, like I wasn't expecting this. And y'all should have did that.
I came to take my grandson to see a movie, and now we're having
a birds and the
whole
bees
LGBTQIA conversation, right?
Right.
So here's my thing. I would assume is how we navigate the conversation, the subject or the issue, right? Yeah. There is no navigation when you put a storyline for someone to follow, for someone who is a minor who has not been introduced to the birds and the bees and the levels of love and
they set him up. You asked me
in relationships, right? So
They wanted a knee-jerk reaction and they got one.
Well, no, because what's the movie called again by Pixar?
Lightyear.
Lightyear. Is this with Buzz Lightyear?
Hmm.
Okay, so the toys was bumping pussies and Buzz Lightyear. Is that what they're saying?
Yep.
That's all I'm trying to figure out. So we got
They're
gay,
making the
we have
baby.
gay toys. Okay. Well, I'm happy that it is a
Toy.
that it is a fiction because you see what I'm saying? Like it is this is all made up story like, you know what I mean? So we can kind of make up story like I mean the manufacturers had them wrong. They wired the little little toy coochies wrong. That's what happened. But thinking about this, it makes me think of is that Modern Family
No.
on TV on ABC?
Oh
With
yeah,
the
yeah. Oh,
yes,
I love
the
Modern
TV show.
Family.
Okay, because remember it's the sons, the
Yeah.
two guys that are married. Am I right?
Yeah, one has
Okay.
a wife and
Right.
one has a husband.
Then it makes me think about like Ellen DeGeneres. Like the Ellen DeGeneres show and the Ellen show.
But it's a
You're supposed to be a straight woman on here, and now you're gay for the world to see. We all watched Ellen as her sitcom TV show and as a talk show host, but she was two different things. Like I came like from the show, it's like she came out the closet in real life. You see, does that make sense?
But this is a child, speak a minor.
But I mean, kids watch Modern Family. We watched Ellen. Like, why was this never a conversation or issue before?
Why did they make it a subject matter?
Because it was
available.
It was
so they wanted to get sensationalized. They wanted to sensationalize situations so they can get this conversation.
I mean, didn't the brat just give birth?
But she did give birth.
Somebody asked their mama about that. I'm just saying this, even though he was in the movie theater, he was doing something with his kid, his grandson, and that was not part of the conversation. It's something he wanted to address. That's something for the mother and the father to have with the kid, right? Versus grandpa on site in a movie theater, right? And like you said, I didn't sign up for the shit. So like you said, in real time, in that moment, he gave his reaction to it, and everyone isn't going to be accepting. Everyone isn't going to be so go along to get along. You know, people are going to be biased. You know, that's why we have the bubble chat, because there are going to be different facades of opinions and reactions to different conversations and topics. So for me, Snoop was right. I'm mad at Pixar for wiring the little toy coochies to be grinding and humping and plumping on each other. What the hell does plastic and wood? Yeah, what does plastic and wood and toxic materials have to do with sexual origins, especially in a toy?
And why are you teaching little underage people?
And Pixar is right around the corner. I could take off.
Here's the thing. Lightyear wasn't about the toys. It was about seeing the humans in real life. So just to clear some confusion. So Toy Story is with the toys.
Back to the Modern Family, Ellen DeGeneres, the TV show, and the Ellen Show as a talk show host. Like this conversation, this subject, this issue is nothing new. Raven Simone.
Was it rated X? What was it? Rated what? Tell me about it.
Yeah. All right, let me just give.
If you say, look, I don't know about that.
All right, let me just give my 2 cents about this situation. And listen, listeners or bubblers, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think a big part of this comes down to what Snoop was and wasn't taught growing up. See, California, where he's from what I've researched, it actually became the first state to mandate the teaching of LGBTQ plus history through the Fair Education Act back in 2011. Then later in 2016, the History Social Science Framework was adopted, and that specifically outlined LGBTQ history and social studies topics for different grade levels. Now, Snoop is way older than that timeline. He went to high school long before these courses were introduced. And I could be wrong, but it's very possible that the schools he went to never had any formal discussions about LGBTQ issues, representation, or history than we have right now.
World travel. This is beyond school. This is education 101. He was himself.
Right. And that lack of exposure can shape how someone reacts later in life. So when he saw a Pixar movie casually showing two women raising a child, it might have felt unfamiliar or even
about sex. Casual.
What about the brat having that damn baby?
Judy baby.
I don't know about that, but now I want to be clear. I'm
Damn.
all for inclusion, whether it's race, gender,
Yeah.
sexual orientation, you name it. It matters in our media, and especially in something as big and influential as a Pixar film. Representation is powerful. The truth is, all that is love, and kids should see different kinds of love stories, their families on screen, and
They can be seeing any kind of sex if it's a kid movie. That's where I'm drawing the line. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm on the side of protect the children. Why you want to show them how to get off, get an erection, get hot and bothered? They shouldn't even be putting that in a movie where a child supposed to be watching anyway. Teach them about computer science. Teach them about how to build a rainbow, anything. But it don't have to be about sex. I'm so sick of this topic of sex coming up with children. I don't care if it's same sex, heterosex, dog on dog sex, cat on cat sex. Just stop with the sex. I just need the kids to be kids. It's like we're pushing them into this reactionary thing where they have to know if they're going to have sex with a boy or a girl. They don't need to know that.
right.
They just don't. They need to just be focused on kid shit. Kids are not being taught to be children anymore. They're taught to be male or female. And that's so sad and heartbreaking for me. So kudos to Snoop for being just like, wow. Just being like blown, like, because I feel the same way. Like, I wouldn't want to take my goddaughter to see any movie. It's gonna make me uncomfortable. It's like when you in the movies with your parents at the drive-in. They say, "Turn your head, cover up, close your eyes, cover up," because they didn't want us to see.
Well, you already do it because you're not prepared to see what's gonna happen.
So this is bigger than just Snoop. I think they used him to get a reaction so they get the topic going and started. Pixar, shame on you, because you should have gave that man some kind of commentary to let him know this is what's going to go on in the movie if you wanted him at your movie premiere so badly or whatever. However he got there, they should give a disclaimer or mark it where it's like PG and adult needs to be supervised so they can know, oh, they used to do that. Give us some type of rating so we know that there's going to be language and sex in this movie. Where was that at? Where is that rating at? Where was that public service announcement? And I'm it's not about LBGYQ. It's not about homosexuality. I love people. I'm a people person. Dogs love me. They come up to me. I am self-proclaimed puppy whisperer. Anybody got a dog and a cat? Cats love me too. It's crazy. And butterflies. And ladybugs. It was one on my leg. I'll send you that picture too. When I was at the beach on Saturday. But anyway, I'm not for insulting any group of people, but everybody needs to get off their eggshell basket and start saying everybody deserves to be heard. Whatever that conversation is, if he felt the way, that's his honest, visceral reaction.
All right, and I just want to real quick before we move on to the next topic, just to give Snoop some sort of credit. He did come back and say my bad, and that's not nothing to me. That shows some accountability and even maturity to me. I don't know how it felt to you, but it showed some maturity.
And hurt nobody. I'm just like, that's just me. Sorry, y'all. My bad.
Right. I mean, like you said what you said.
Over, I'm sorry any day. Please say my bad to me. My bad.
And he admitted that he wasn't perfect and admitted that he was caught off guard and asked to be taught. However, I felt like my bad was a little too casual for the weight of what he said. Don't get me wrong, I do believe it was genuine, but at the same time, it came across more like a quick brush off instead of saying a heartfelt apology. Personally, I think saying I apologize or I'm sorry or okay, I wasn't taught this, but now I can learn and grow would have been a more.
Sorry. He's not sorry. That he's a real man in a real human flesh in a real life. That's how he felt. And he can't, I'm not going to excuse anybody to say, oh, he really didn't mean it. No, he said what he said, my bad. Because he's not taking it back. That's how he feels. He's pissed off and he's still bad at Pixar. I bet you this fucking day talking about his homies. Like, how they gonna just catch me off guard like that? He gonna let a nigga know?
Ooh, no.
For real.
I feel like there might have been something else that that he would have said that would have felt more of like kind of like more mature approach.
This
And
man
like
is a Crip. What more mature approach? He wears blue. You're asking a lot. It's a reach. Next.
Next. All right. Tamar Braxton recently shared a traumatic health scare on Instagram. She revealed that she was discovered by a friend in a pool of blood with several facial injuries, including a fractured nose, missing teeth, and limited mobility.
Damn.
After an incident she still doesn't remember, she confessed, "I almost died Sunday," and asked friends to pray for her for real as she begins both physical and emotional healing. The heartfelt post caught significant attention, especially given to Tamar's story for health challenges, including battles with physical and mental illness. She's been open about her ups and downs before, and the latest scare adds yet another layer to her resilience of bullshit, allegedly. Then came the controversy. Father of YouTube himself, Mr. Funky Dineva, who was with her before the incident, publicly accused Tamar of dragging him into the motherfucking PR stunt, being collateral damage because he premiered in her promo on a new EP, The Heartbreak Renegade. He claimed that he was collateral damage in the situation after fans wrongly connected him to her injuries. On social media, she wrote she's done too much healing to fight with anyone and asks for calm understanding and well wishes. It's a moment that brings together raw emotion, vulnerability, and the harsh glare of public speculation. So let me throw this at you both. When it comes to celebrities sharing their pain online, what do you think the line between vulnerability and oversharing? Well, let me say this first. You know, this is a beautiful scenario. So there are 3 friends and 2 friends become lovers. One of the 2 friends that were lovers is really the new friend in the group, and the other 2 really are best friends. So in the conversation, the relation, the newcomer has to be honest and comfortable saying whatever he's going to say in front of said best friend or lover or best friend.
Both, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So when you're honest and about things and there's clarity and assurance. You said it was about a week now. And the thing of it is I ask myself when it comes to Tamar Braxton, it's Tamar versus her talent.
I agree 100%.
Tamar is extremely talented.
Yeah, she's also extremely dramatic.
She is extremely talented. And we let things like having a mental or emotional issue. Now, look, can't nothing get no more mental.
Oh my God! Here you go again with this
emotional on some physical shit for me. I could play victim. I could be so much far less into the left of myself than what I am. I will never let this be a crutch. I will let this be the mighty pillar in my life as why I am pushing and pressing so fucking hard.
Amen.
Aside of being Black, and I got to do everything 200 times better than anyone else just to prove give me a fake leg to do it on top of as well.
And do it
so when you say I'm standing 10 toes now, it's only really 5.
Amen.
I got 5. Excuse me.
And still doing
You
it
said,
now.
and I'm working, and I'm doing, and I'm driving, and I'm running, and it's nothing should stop
Body.
us. Nothing should stop us. The things that we allow to hinder us ought to be the things that should surely propel us to do better and greater things.
Have grace.
Last scenario. They
First
talk
of
about
all,
the immortality rate. Black immortality rate. In the moment when a woman gives birth to her child, it doesn't matter what color she is. That is the fatal moment of life transfer for you to keep going and the baby not to die. When you push the baby out, that split second, she could be out and the baby's in. It's that fast. It happens every time a woman has birth. Black women are so awesome and strong because we fight. Don't even know that we already on battleground. Weak and exhausted. So what I'm saying is you have to be sure of yourself and don't let things hold you back. Mental illness, physical illness. Nothing. 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 You're awesome. You're amazing. You're fucking educated. We work for you.
right.
All that of the above. And you do not let your illness or anything else hinder you. It only propels you. Tamar, I need to take a page out of your book.
All right, I just want to say something. I just want to thank God that Tamar made it out alive because this whole situation could have ended up really fatal. And to hear that she was accused of pulling some kind of PR stunt, that's just insane to me. You know, from what I know, the feud between Tamar and Funky Dineva has simmered down. But my thing is, before making an accusation like this, know the full story. There's actually real context here. According to Dr. Amira Ogunale, I hope I said that right. Taylor was facing oral injuries that included several fractured teeth and a volsed tooth, and she had to undergo immediate oral surgery. That's not something to fake, and it shows that severity of what she went through. And let's not forget, Tamar had a major health battle
I
before,
think
and
she went
I even remember during her time on the Real when she was also competing on Dancing with the Stars. She had to withdraw because she discovered or that she had blood clots on both sides of her lungs, and she even had to take time off the Real. That was another near death experience, and she's been very open how it shifted her perspective. So when she says she wants to focus on her mental health and healing right now, I respect that. She's been through so much, and instead of questioning her during accusations, we should be giving her space, grace, and prayers for a real recovery.
I mean, when I first heard the truth be told, I thought she wanted to get a new job. I thought she was trying to get a new job.
I think she sincerely had an accident, but I think she
did.
Probably dramatized it in her own Tamar vocal abilities, where she, oh my God, you know how she do. I bless her heart. I hope she heals well. I hope she has time to just people not be in her business, even us not be in her business. Since it's out there, I want a visceral reaction. Tamar, I didn't care about you, but we're human. We have reactions. Just like Snoop had a reaction. We have reaction
and we
too.
have opinions.
And
like Snoop had an opinion.
We all have those things that are called buttholes, and we have an opinion. We have an opinion. So hopefully you'll heal well. And you're me crazy. So hey, do what you got to do to get back on your grind, so we can see you perform, because you have vocal abilities that are out of this world, honey.
Baby, maybe you could be like me. Maybe you can meet me in the back of the casino, and we could shoot craps and shoot dice
We can have some watermelon. I love watermelon. I bought me a watermelon pillow today.
What's next on the docket, nephew?
All right, hold on 1 second. Alrighty, well, here's a refreshing and powerful moment from Maya's conversation on the Haunted by Her podcast with Melissa Ford. At age 45, she shared something that might surprise some, but feels deeply she feels deeply authentic to others that she's never had the desire for a marriage or motherhood. She's been clear it simply wasn't on her life radar. She reflected on why too. Growing up amid her parents' divorce, she explains that the idea of traditional family wasn't a safe place for her as a child. That fear, combined with her career's demands and constant travels, made the idea of showing up in a romantic partnership intimidating and ultimately not something she pursued. Still, Maya isn't closing any doors forever. She's just not seeking romance right now. She believes that love, if it's meant to come, will find her in divine time, and until then, she focuses on alignment, independence, and spiritual growth. What stands out to me is her calm confidence, choosing a path that feels right, than following cultural expectations. It's a quiet kind of that power that inspiring, especially in a world where that often frames womanhood through the lens of marriage and kids. So, what do you both think about someone confidently saying that's just not my timeline? And do you feel that that takes real inner strength, or still comes with a share of pressure from culture around us? Oh, you're muted.
Well, I'm the perfect candidate for that because at this big old age, I am not a mother. I have not been married in a courthouse, but I did have common law marriage with a man I was with for numerous years. And I just feel good. I feel peaceful.
Yeah.
I love being a great asset to my family as far as being an auntie, cousin, sister, but I don't hold the title mother. Now, I do agree with Maya as far as it just wasn't on my radar. And when it did become on my radar, it was too late. And I mean that in all honesty, that if there's anybody that's in reach of my voice, if you desire just a little pinch of it to be a mother, or I'm only going to speak on motherhood, do it. If you don't desire it, don't whip yourself up if you don't do it. It's okay. There's plenty of children you
Yeah.
can just love on, and you don't have to even adopt them. You can just love on them and give them right back because that's what I do, and I'm real good at it, and I love it. I love that I get to see other people's babies and give them all this good love and auntieism, and I just move on, and I'm so okay with it. I don't cry at night about it. I don't think I've shed one tear about it.
Yeah,
So
I think that
kudos to Maya about that. But as far as a husband, can't speak on that because I do like a good old man, Savannah. Where's my husband? I'm still trying to figure that part out. But if I don't ever get one, that's okay because I love me so much. I like me.
I think,
I
and
like
I
me
want to
first.
pick it, and I want to piggyback off what you were saying, Tracy. I think what Maya did was a really good choice and personal that she made for herself. Because the truth is, being in a relationship and raising kids is a huge responsibility and commitment. And it looks like Maya wants to enjoy her life in her own way, on her own terms. And I really respect that. Because
Yeah.
let's be real, parenting isn't something that should be ever be rushed into, especially if someone is young, whether that's a teen or in their early 20s, unless of course it's something that they really want for. Because raising a child is no small task. Like if I personally made this choice to become a young father, I'd have to come up with a plan because whether you're adopting or your partner is giving birth or you're having or someone's having a baby via surrogate, it's going to cost thousands, maybe more of dollars, if not more, obviously. And beyond the money, it's everyday responsibilities, keeping an eye on your child, changing diapers, buying more diapers, feeding them. It never stops. And on top of that, in today's world, you even have to think about privacy because a lot of parents, specifically celebrity parents, don't feel comfortable posting their children online or even disclosing basic information about them because The moment a child's face or name gets shared, it can open doors to unwanted attention, negativity, and even safety risks. So, parenting today isn't just about raising a child in your home. It's also about protecting them in a digital age where everything is public. So, when Maya says she doesn't want that right now, it makes perfect sense. Relationship and parenting are optional and not requirements, and nobody should be pressured into a relationship or pushed to have children just because it's what society expects. It's their
And
time, it's
if you're
their
a career,
choice, and I think we should normalize respecting that.
especially if you're a career-oriented person, careers are like having children. You have a lot of compartmentalized things you have to do. And especially at this juncture where you have to be your own manager, your own choreographer, she has a huge career she has to take care of. So that in itself is time consuming. So I can see her point.
Um, like she said, it was never in her focus. It probably never was a goal. She probably never had a connection with someone deep enough that she thought about procreating or creating life with them or being the extension of life of herself and whomever that person was not since she didn't have the children. You know, like having kids can be very, very deep. It can be like an oceanic, abyssal thought for some people or emotion or action. Some people it's just as shallow as a puddle on a step. You know, because we all know what it takes to make a baby. And people are really about that. And in some instances, baby is in the foresight or baby is the last thing you thought about. And then here's the baby. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said like some people's thought of life and extension and procreation can be as shallow as a puddle on a step in the rain. Did you really think about it? Doesn't mean much to you. You know, like how we have people or women that are young. Like let's say there's a young lady and she has 5 kids and she's not yet 28. And she and all her kids are by different men. It's like, are you planning these children? Are you really in love with this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to build a life with this person because you keep making persons with these persons? You see what I'm saying?
No, because I didn't do that.
Right.
So,
You see what I'm saying? So it's so um being a parent, that is if you have a child before you graduate and get a career or a job, parenting is your first career. It becomes a job and then it becomes a career and it ends at your profession. And when your kids become sound, mindful, appropriate acting adults, that is when you retire. Your job is never over.
I'm
You're
about to say,
always a
so my
parent.
mama passed. She was always my mama.
Yes, I'm saying
I'm scared of her. I'm
always.
scared to do stuff now. If my mama catch me in heaven.
So yeah, so it's
Down,
like
smack
it's so
me.
like I said, I don't think maybe she was that deep with someone that made her think or even consider having kids. Not that it could never happen. I just think never she, like, yeah, I think she just followed the divine light because we never know what would have happened had she had the kid who she had the child with. You know what I'm saying? Like we have our great Regina King. She just lost her son.
Yeah,
So it's like you have all these feats, you do these great things, and then the pinnacle of a great time in life, you lose your son. Kobe Bryant, him and his daughter, they were gone too soon. It's just like, it's beautiful. It's tragically beautiful that she probably died in her father's arms, even though they were crashing in a plane. They were together, but at the same time, the family lost him. It's just like you didn't have and marry him and have the kids to lose him and the baby in the same day. So it's the same as having these children and not really giving thought into life and how far it's gonna go. I'll get off my soapbox. I'll get off my soapbox. I will get off my soapbox. It is what it is. So At this point, we have covered a lot already, and there's still plenty more to get into. But before we dive back in, we're going to take a pause for just a moment. So take the time to read, research, maybe even reflect on what we've talked about thus far. And when we come back, we will keep the conversation rolling right here on the Bubble Chat.
Yes, you.
And we back, motherfuckers, just like that. Thanks for sticking around with us here on the Bubble Chat. Now, we usually jump right into segments after the break, but today we want to do something a little bit different. Earlier, we talked about the day the sky turned orange, the powerful new R&B and hip hop musical that dives into what we felt like back in 2020. And it got us thinking, this month marks 5 years since that unforgettable stretch of time when the world felt turned upside down between the pandemic, lockdowns, working, learning from home, the surreal orange skies. That day here in the Bay Area, it was like stepping into a whole nother reality. So instead of just skimming past it, we thought we'd pause and reflect what those days meant for us, what they meant to us, and what they mean to us today. And how did they shape the way we see the world now?
Yeah, I want to start off by reflecting this because obviously it's been 5 years since COVID came, and and when we were on lockdown. I was in my last semester of community college. It was supposed to be one of the most exciting times of my life. I was preparing to transfer to my dream school, but instead of celebrations and new beginnings, everything came to a halt. We were stuck in our homes, wearing our masks, keeping 6 feet apart. And honestly, I was going through a lot of depression during that lockdown because nothing felt normal. Even as time went on and things slowly began reopening, we were still navigating masks and distancing, but I just kept pushing through. I showed up for classes, stayed engaged as best as I could, and tried to keep moving forward. And even in the middle of all uncertainty, I graduated with my associate's degree in 2020, got my bachelor's this year, which was such a milestone. At the same time,
Congratulations,
thank
you.
you. Thank you once again. And at the same time, that year carried so much weight beyond the pandemic. We were beginning to process and learn more about George Floyd's death, which sparked difficult but necessary conversations around justice, equity, and even accountability. Those conversations showed just how much work we still have to do as a society. And then on top of everything, 2020 was filled with heartbreaking loss from Kobe Bryant, Chadwick Boseman, Naya Rivera, and so many others whose lives were tragically cut short. That year was a sobering reminder of how fragile life is. And it taught me, and I think all of us, that it's so important to be grateful for what you have and to tell our loved ones that we love them. Because tomorrow or even the next hour is never guaranteed. We never know when it will be the last time we ever see them. So, looking back, that year taught me a lot about resilience, growth, and the importance of pushing forward, even when the world feels uncertain. It was a strange time. It was also challenging, but it shaped me in ways to continue to influence how I see the world and my place in it.
Well, well, so for me, uh, before the day turned orange in 2020, I lost my mother for 2020.
Mm.
So when you speak of loss, it's nothing more detaching than to lose your compass. I always viewed my mother as my grounder, my compass. She was always that little voice. And if I didn't know how to spell a word or just needed that little boost of confidence, I always thought I was a daddy's girl until 2020. I realized I'm really my mama's baby. I'm a mother's girl. And so with that loss, I learned a lot about myself. I sat on the couch and I'm just now coming down off of some of this weight that I gained, but I sat on the couch and I ate cookies and cupcakes. I was just so stuck in like, what do we do? Because I was an essential worker, so I stayed working. And I was scared to death. Even to this day, if I go in my pocketbook right now, there's going to be a mask. I still am affected by COVID-19. I still keep a mask just in case I'm in environments where I feel a little uncomfortable, a little unsafe. I'll pop this bubby on, and I have real ones, the KN95s, over in my purse because if it gets critical, I'm going to put that on. Just the loss of a mother. And during the time where I couldn't even bury my mother, I had to cremate my mother because they weren't even allowing people to bury. You had to cremate. So those are other fallbacks that people don't get to talk about with COVID-19 and the year of Miss Rona with the coronavirus. 4 years that thing just pushed and pushed and pushed. I just couldn't believe that, like, to this day, my mom's at my house. Like, I literally have my mom's ashes with me, and I won't separate from them. It's like it's like a cold reminder that the mishaps and the negligence of America. People want to blame it on China, but America had a chance to close its borders and to really protect its citizens. But because of America, my mom is no longer here. So I have a very heartbreak, very serious heartbreak when it comes to thinking about COVID and the year 2020 and when everything changed. You know, we still haven't gotten back. They really transformed the world into a digital world now. Mm-hmm. You see, we're doing a podcast. Like, I would go on a Friday night and hang out at my mom's. I would be with my mother right now if she was living because she's the grill master. She knows how to grill and cook anything that you want to eat. She makes the best macaroni and cheese. Her ribeye steaks are to die for. And she makes the best gumbo. And I don't know how to make gumbo. My cousin knows how because she was the one that used to sit with my mother and make the gumbo. But just losing a mother. So for me, 2020 will always be that landmark of losing my mom.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Sorry to hear that. R.I.P. Tracy James and other.
She's right here with us.
For me, 2019 leading into 2020 was a big thing for myself personally. I had started to have medical issues that led up to having cancer that was removed 2/12/24 of last year. So I was in the early pre-stages of being diagnosed with cancer. I was in the very midst of a very emotional volatile separation with my wife. And I was starting school. So I was trying to be healthy. I was trying to not be unhealthy. I was trying not to be emotionally distraught. I was trying not to be perilled by my own emotions and the way I was thinking. And I had to go to school. Mm-hmm. And so when COVID happened, it was like 100,000 people died, 200,000 people died, 500,000 people died. When 1 million people died, I was like, okay, this is serious. Because, like you said, they weren't allotting burials. So I'm like, they're just burning bodies and they're stacking bodies up. And then, it was our country and these other countries and all these things. And I was just trying to make the best out of it all because it was like, if this is the worst day ever, like I'm going through separational anxiety with my family, right? I'm emotionally going crazy. I don't know what to do, don't know what to think. Physically, I am sick. I'm barely making it through the day, but I kept pushing because I was like, it can't get no worse than this. Like, it has to get better. You have to know. You have to know hot and cold to know the difference when it's lukewarm, So I had already I've been happy. I've been married. I had children. I had a business. I had a flourishing career. And then I didn't. And then I didn't. And then COVID on top of that. So it was just like, well, it can't get no worse than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make, there's a choice. Happiness is a choice.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like what they said, the pursuit of happiness, I was in pursuit of life. Like being able to live. If I'm going to live, can I go outside and not wear a mask? But that's how I got this revenge body. That's how when I started growing my dreadlocks.
And this revenging.
COVID saved my life. As sad
I knew you were going to say that.
as it was, COVID saved my life. It made me love on my family a whole lot more. Like I started our family's family reunion then. So in 2022, we started doing reunions. So I just did one in for Father's Day. We all came together, but then later on that year we did like an annual one, and we've been doing it every year. Like next year on 2026, we're gonna have another one. So COVID actually it saved my life. It did, and I didn't catch COVID until 2022, 23. I felt like I just want to take a nap. I didn't have a cough. I just felt like I just wanted to take a nap. Tired. That was it. So yeah, but yeah, I'm a Pfizer antibiotical pill and syringe swallower. I got my Pfizer juice. Yeah. I need to go get my my vaccination shot right now.
Before speaking of shots, the moment when the COVID vaccine started rolling out, I was like, not gonna lie, I was like so ready. Like, of course, like the vaccine's not gonna like immediately cure us COVID, but but because we are now vaxxed and boosted, our chances have been very mild. I know there's some people who haven't gotten vaxxed, but I got the but I was fully vaccinated. I got my first dose that July, my second dose on that August, and then when Omi came in 2020, Omicron. Y'all remember Omicron?
No.
Who?
I just
Omicron. The Omicron. Kind of felt like a pandemic, but not really.
Yes.
But when I got boosted that March, so and I'm surprised that I haven't caught that virus even during the beginning of COVID. I don't know how. I just I just felt lucky.
Well, you know what? We can thank God and our lucky stars that we are still here.
Yes.
And we can talk about
and we can smile.
And yes, and we can. And if anyone was to get sick and had COVID, we would know what to do today.
Mm-hmm.
We would know what to do today because we did not know. We were all running around here looking like lab. I remember, and I hope nobody flagged this video, but I remember when Donald Trump had COVID and he was up to have that speech and he was sounding like just like that. I remember when Cardi B had went viral. Remember when something hit him and
coronavirus. That is real. That is getting real.
He was laughing real hard. He about to start crying.
Yes. So I'm just happy that we have made it all and that we're here together. We have made it. We have made it. And back stronger and better than ever. And just like that, that's a wrap for today's episode here at the Bubble Chat. Thank you so much today for tuning in, reflecting with us, and for holding a space while we have navigated through the personal to the cultural moments that have shaped our lives. But before we go, I want to really make sure that you check out The Day the Sky Turned Orange. This musical
we should go as a group.
Yes, this musical should be more than just a performance. It is a journey back to 2020, capturing the surreal moments of that year, from the pandemic to the lockdown to the social shift that changed all of us. It's moving, it's powerful, and it's straight honest. It's the kind of story that stays with you long after the curtain falls. We'll be back next time with more stories, reflections, and of course, more motherfucking hot topics that you care about. And in the meantime, take care of yourself, show kindness to those who are around you. Remember that even in the strange and challenging times, that we all find ways to grow, connect, and move forward. So until next motherfucking time, this is The Bubble Chat signing off. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Everyone.
All right, nephew.